Good evening and welcome to the Almaty Arena here in Almaty, Kazakhstan for the 28th Winter Universiad here in January of 2017. My name is Doug McLean, and Kelsey Wright-Johnson and I will be bringing you this opening ceremony to kick off these 28 games. And Kelsey, as we take a look at the arena here right in front of us, and we're just about ready to go, it seems like everyone is finally, things are now happening. We're all set and geared up for what should be a great couple weeks.
It does not look like there is a seat open other than that section of seats out there for the athletes once they parade around the arena here. Speaking of the arena a little bit, 12,000 seats here for spectators to watch this opening, closing ceremonies, as well as curling and figure skating later on in the games.
This will be a busy place. Many venues spread out within the city of Almaty, but then of course outside in the mountain region just a little bit to the south of us here in the city. But nice thing about the venues here in Almaty, for the most part, everything is quite compact, so not real difficult for athletes, for spectators to move around. We're right close, the Almaty Arena, right next to the Athletes Village. And it too, like I said, very central for the most part, so that makes it very nice for the athletes, officials, media, everyone. You don't have to move around too far.
8 venues in all for 12 disciplines and sports here for the Universiad. This venue here is the biggest one of this Universiad. Includes halls for boxing, wrestling, table tennis, a whole bunch of other things. After the Universiad, it will be used for training professional athletes as well as public skating.
And tonight, here at the opening ceremony, this is the culmination of many years of work. It was back on November 29th, 2011, when Almaty was named as the host city for these 2017 Winter University Games. Trentino in Italy at that time was competition. They backed out, although ended up hosting in 2013 when Maribor, Slovenia had to withdraw. So a lot of work has been built up to this point, and we've been around, Kelsey, the last couple days and talking to volunteers and seeing some of the FISU staff, and it's a lot of work, you can tell, but you also get the sense that people are happy that it's just here. We're ready to go, ready to see everything actually come to fruition.
This is the largest city in Kazakhstan. They're not strangers to hosting big events. However, 2011 Asian Winter Games were held in this city, and you can kind of tell the organization and everyone coming together, tons of volunteers. Obviously the arena packed here tonight. They're used to having that big sporting event here, and this one looks like it's going to be a wonderful, huge success again in 2017.
And many people know as well, on top of hosting the World University Games, Almaty was a candidate city for the 2022 Winter Olympics. It just barely lost out to Beijing in China by 44 votes to 40. And Beijing, first time any city in the world will host both the winter and summer games. So it was a formidable opponent for Almaty, but they again came very close. And we'll see if they look to mount a bid again. And this Winter Universiad will be a big precursor, I think, to making that decision, I'm sure, down the road. But lots of great venues. Again, we're in one here right now, and we had the chance to see the rehearsal last night, Kelsey, and so we have a good sense of what's going to go on here tonight. Everyone's going to get, I think, a really good sense of the history of this country, the region, its people, but also how they tie into the world as a whole. Just getting ready here, as you can see, some of the fans with the Kazakhstan flag there, all set to go.
The Kazakhstan flag, those colors, the beautiful colors that you see, the light blue and the yellow, those are preserved actually from the Soviet era, minus the red. They gotten rid of that. The light blue represents peace, freedom, culture, and ethnic unity. The sun represents a source of life and energy, as well as wealth and abundance.
And you mentioned, Kelsey, the 2011 Asian Winter Games that were held, split actually between Almaty and then Astana, the capital. But this is a much larger event. Those Asian Games, 26 countries, 843 athletes, 11 sports. Kazakhstan actually led the medal table at those Asian Games, 32 gold, 21 silver, 17 bronze for 70 total medals. But these games here, 57 countries, second most ever at a Winter Universiad participating. and well over 1,000 athletes, and we'll get to see those athletes parade out here momentarily from those 57 countries.
Just a few years ago at the 2013 Winter Universiades, 52 countries, so you can really see it, it grow as it goes on.
Fans still making their way into the seats and just waiting patiently for things to get going. You might notice there you see some of the Canadian fans.
Made the long trek over to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, actually, I think I flew on the same plane as a few of those fans as I look at that shot. But again, people making their way here to Almaty from all over. You'll see people from New Zealand, Australia.
I see a lot of flags out there.
Yeah. One athlete from Africa who we actually ran into literally on our way walking into the stadium here today.
We've got athletes at this Universiade from every continent except for Antarctica. South America, North America, that one athlete from Africa. Australia, New Zealand,
Казахстан Республикасының президенті елбасы Нұрсұлтан Назарбаев, Халықаралық студенттік спорт федерациясының президенті Олег Матыцин және Қазақстан Республикасының президенті елбасы Нұрсұлтан Назарбаевтың арнайы қонағы Біріккен Араб Әмірліктері премьер-министрінің орынбасары, президент істері жөніндегі министрі Шейх Мансур бен Заид Аль Нахаян мырза.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, the
There you see the
President
President of Kazakhstan just waiting there in the middle.
His Excellency
And
Nursultan
to his left, two people
Nazarbayev,
over to his left,
the
would be FISU President Oleg
International
Matysyn, and in
University
between
Sports
them,
Federation, Oleg
the
Matysyn,
mayor
and
of
the
Almaty,
special honorable guest of the President of the
Bayrjan
Republic
Baybek.
of Kazakhstan, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs of the United Arab Emirates, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan.
As the lights go down, we are seconds away now from the very beginning of the show. Just starting off here, you can see the stage right in the middle is shaped in the shape of a leaf with apple trees surrounding it. Some traditional instruments there. You can see drums, as well as on stage there's what they call a jita gang. It's kind of a big wooden block with 7 strings across it. You can hear it there.
skaters in Kazakhstan's colors make their way from the yurts, a traditional Kazakhstan house you see on either side of the ice surface. slogan of the Universiade here in 2017 is "Spread your wings." And it's hoped that it will encourage the youth participating in the competitions to succeed. And that actually formulates part of the logo for Universiade here in 2017. And it's in the form of stylized wings and has a distinct dynamic form, top from left to right, which is meant to symbolize growth and the pursuit of excellence.
On top of that, the mascot, Sunkar, he was the chosen mascot. He is a free and strong inhabitant of the Kazakh land. He symbolizes speed, flight, lightness, energy, and thirst for victory.
And you'll notice throughout the ceremony just the abundance of color that exists in all of the costumes and again the lights within the arena itself. And that'll be very noticeable throughout the whole evening. Notwithstanding, of course, all the unique colors we'll see from the athletes as they enter a little bit later on in the program.
The stunt horses are coming out now. These guys are fun to watch. You get a close-up on them going back and forth on the horses.
And this is not actually a competition here at Winter Universiade, although I'm wondering if it should be.
There he is, standing on top of the horse, waving the Kazakhstan flag. Everyone in the arena really loving that trick.
Is being thrown in. That is being thrown into the crowd. Just some candies.
Some traditional Kazakh sweets. You can really see that color you were talking about earlier, Doug, come out now. Lots of pink costumes. We see a lot of the Kazakh colors, blue and yellow. Couple camels making their way out now. We had the opportunity to chat with the camels yesterday.
Yes, that was
one-sided.
Yeah, one-sided conversation. But they seemed quite interested in what you had to say. So
a little fun fact actually about Kazakhstan. One of the only places that has 2-humped and 1-humped camels. Here, I believe we only see 2-humped camels, but they do. It's a region that does have both, which is unusual.